Hey everyone, this is Kevin Gilmore with the National Weather Service New Orleans Baton Rouge office located in Slidell, Louisiana. We're going to get started here with a Facebook Live special about the upcoming severe weather threat we have coming up here Monday night to Tuesday morning and kind of go over some of those details. It's been a while since we've done a Facebook Live. I think we did one back for a tropical system back in August, and we haven't done a severe weather one probably since earlier this year. So we're getting back to that time of the year where we're starting to get these cold fronts, and the clash of air masses is introducing that risk of severe weather. So it's been a while, and we want to go over some of the typical precautions that we take with some of this activity. So let's go ahead and jump right into it because we do have some updates with the risk outlook that was just issued by the Storm Prediction Center, and we want to get into specifics with timing too. So first, we always like to kind of start off with where everything is right now and kind of a look outside the door because it's actually a real nice day outside, or not bad at all. Let's go ahead and see if we can show the infrared satellite imagery across the United States. Those are your pressure lines in yellow, showing you that we have the low pressure systems already developing in the central United States. So it's getting its act together. It's already getting its act together, and this is the system that will be responsible for the production of what could be some severe weather across the deep south Monday into Tuesday. So nice day today, which is a good day to review your severe weather plans, but we're going to be monitoring this, especially going through the rest of the day tomorrow, and especially in the overnight hours. So let's go ahead and see if we can kind of jump back here and start with the same plug that I always put in every time I do one of these Facebook Lives. And since it's been a while, I want to really hit hard on this topic is be able to know where you live on a map. This is the area that we cover, southeast Louisiana and southern Mississippi. You see your parish or county name. If you're watching in this area, be aware of where you are and the proximity where you are surrounded by other counties and parishes. So, for example, if you live in Washington Parish, you need to know that Walthall County is to your north. That'll help you because I'm about to show you a lot of maps here coming up here in a little bit. But first, if you're not watching us from our local area, we do have surrounding neighboring offices, include Lake Charles to our west, Jackson, Mississippi to our north, and Mobile to our east. Be sure to follow them on social media for the latest updates pertaining to their specific areas. So otherwise, we're going to go ahead and continue on here. This is why that it's so important. That's why we talk about to know your location when you're doing these, when you're looking at these maps. If you know your location, for example, there's Poplarville in Pearl River County. You need to know what threat that you have for that specific area. And then I'm going to show you a timing map as well. So that's why it's very important to know where you're at. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. And this is the latest outlook from the Storm Prediction Center as of noon today, roughly around noon today, showing you that there is an upgrade to an enhanced risk of severe weather for portions of southwest Mississippi. Slight risk of severe weather has been expanded, so we are getting a little more confident over the potential for severe weather, and the risk has actually increased, where there could be possibly even some strong tornadoes in that enhanced risk area. That's that threat level 3 out of 5 you see in southwest Mississippi. So definitely going to be very important to pay attention to the weather as we approach here coming up. That we do have a risk of pretty much all risks are included. That's damaging winds, tornadoes, and large hail. Not really anticipating a substantial flooding risk potential as the system looks to be relatively progressive, moving west to east overnight. But around a half an inch to maybe an inch, maybe locally higher amounts could be possible in a few areas. So here is the timing. This is the threat timing. This is the latest graphic we made today to show you why it's so important that you have a reliable way to receive warnings, because we're looking at the risk of severe weather over northwestern portions of the area from 6 p.m. Monday to 2 a.m. Tuesday. This will be a line moving in from the west, and there could be some, again, isolated tornadoes, damaging wind, and even large hail. And then it's going through really deep into the overnight hours. It continues across, crossing I-55, maybe after midnight, getting to New Orleans, Covington around 12, 2 a.m. Now, confidence for the severe weather is what you see there highlighted in yellow. That's where we have the greatest confidence that there will probably be a pretty good chance that there will be some severe thunderstorms. All the threats that I just mentioned. Less confidence, however, for the southern and eastward extent. That's because we're not sure on the transient motion or the nature of it. The motion, if the storms may dissipate, it doesn't matter. What matters is that the whole area is highlighted, and that's why it is important for you to have a plan in place. And today is a good day to do that. So with the threat being overnight, these are the things you need to do before you go to bed tomorrow. Is make sure your cell phone is charged, it's not on silent, and make sure your wireless emergency alerts are turned on. Make sure you have a weather radio. If you do, make sure it's plugged in. But make sure you have fresh batteries in case you lose power. Supplies, make sure you have a flashlight as well as shoes. Make sure you have good batteries in it and know your plan where to go in case you get that warning. So make sure that you have a reliable way to receive warnings that will wake you up overnight due to the fact that this is an overnight event and also the fact we haven't really had a notable severe weather risk in a long time here, especially when we're talking about the risk of tornadoes. So getting that warning, making sure you take action is going to be extremely important, especially for pretty much the whole area as we get to Monday night into early Tuesday. Nowhere to go. We always say small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and outside as possible. These are things to consider if you don't have already have a plan in place. If you get that tornado warning, that's the type of action you need to take, is get to the center of your house. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and do not be near windows as well. So we want to also, before we go back and summarize here, since this is in lieu of our typical Sunday weekly weather briefing, just talk about a little bit ahead as we get into later this week into the weekend with people with Thanksgiving plans. This is the latest forecast as we updated this afternoon, showing you the forecast from midweek through Sunday. Something to mention is model guidance is starting to kind of increase the chance of rain a little bit. On Thursday, we may be dealing with some light showers around the area, but generally speaking, very cool temperatures after the system gets out of here. Highs are only in the 60s, maybe even upper 50s, getting close to 70 on Saturday with general low rain chances as we get into the weekend. Just some intervals of sunshine here or there, but again, just may have to have that umbrella handy for your Thanksgiving plans. We'll be able to fine tune that as we get a little bit closer as well. So we're going to jump back here and kind of go over what we just mentioned. Again, the importance of having that plan of action in case you get the warning later tonight. We didn't show any model guidance or anything as specific as that, as we're kind of in the early stages where we're trying to determine the mode of severe weather, but we are feeling pretty confident right now, or I would say relatively confident, that the threat of severe weather is very distinct, I would say, for areas generally along north of I-10-12 or from I-59 west. That area that I had highlighted earlier is going to be where we're generally concerned that there could be some isolated tornadoes, even some strong tornadoes, as you get towards the northern areas. So, again, that's why it's important to have that plan, and we'll try and get through this. Again, the system looks progressive. It'll be kicking out of here relatively quick, but it'll be through the overnight hours. We are expecting most of the severe weather to be reaching maybe like coastal Mississippi and coastal southeast Louisiana near or light probably a few hours before or after sunrise, early Tuesday. Not anticipating any additional severe weather once this front passes. Just temperatures will be dropping during the day and winds will be picking up out of the northwest. So, and again, not anticipating any type of major flash flood concern. It's just going to be that severe weather risk. But we'll be providing you with frequent updates as we get a little bit closer to the event, especially during the day on tomorrow. We'll get kind of really in depth with the model guidance to determine some of the specifics, update the timing if need be, and be in coordination with the Storm Prediction Center in case there's any types of outlooks or upgrades required in the near future. So that's all we pretty much have pretty much for the rest of this briefing. Again, we want to hone into, I'll pretty much finish up by showing you that timing graphic one more time to show you what we're thinking. In case you missed it earlier, later Monday night into Tuesday morning is going to be the greatest risk for severe weather, and that yellow circled area is the greatest confidence for severe storms. Less confidence for areas to the south, but that doesn't mean you're not going to get severe weather. It's just less confident at this time. So the fact that this is going overnight, make sure you have a plan of action before you go to bed Monday night. So we'll pretty much end it there. Appreciate you joining in. Can't guarantee if we're going to do another one. It's possible we may during the day tomorrow, but either we do or we don't, we'll be posting a lot more updates during the day, overnight and during the day tomorrow, especially if there's any noticeable changes. So we'll go ahead and end it there. Hope you all have a great Sunday and a great rest of the week. Y'all take care.